So right now I have open Sketchpad, and you know how to get into Sketchpad. You need to be in the Chrome browser and you type Sketchpad into the address field and open up Sketchpad. So if you take a look, I want these are both on the same page, but yours is going to be on separate pages, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and lead you through exactly what you're going to do to accomplish this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new instance of Sketchpad. So just like if you were doing this, I'm going to type it in. And there it is, Sketchpad 5.1. And I'm going to open it up. I'm going to X out of this. And I'm going to go over here to my tools. So I'm going to create a monochromatic composition. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So I need to get my tools ready. I need to have some kind of painting or drawing tool. And I also, well actually you don't need a painting or drawing tool. You're just going to use a shape tool, okay? So forget what I said about the drawing tool. We're going to go over here to the shape tool, and right now it's set as star. So when I click onto that, it's going to give me all of these options. So right now I see star, and if I pull down this little arrow, it's going to let me choose some other shapes. So you're going to want to choose an interesting shape. If you want, you can draw your own shape, and then you would be using that drawing tool. But if you just want to, play it safe and you want to choose what is here, you can pick one of these shapes. I think that it would be interesting because it's getting close to Valentine's Day. Let's do a heart for the heck of it. Now, once I have that selected, I'm going to go over to my fill tool. I'm going to choose color, and I'm going to choose any of those 6 colors that are in the color wheel. So remember what those are. You have yellow, you have orange, you have red, blue, you have green, you have violet, all of those 6 colors, okay? So I'm going to pick something like a red. This has got a little more, just a tad bit of blue in it, but that's okay. If you want to pick something like that, that's fine. But once you're in this color, you're not going to pick green or yellow or blue or anything else. It's going to be all variations of this color. All tints and shades of this color. Okay, so I have that picked. I want to get rid of the outline, so I'm going to set that to 0 so I have no outline, just fill. So when I come out here, there you have a heart. So that's kind of boring. I want to have them different sizes, and of course I need to change the color to tints and shades of this, what I would call maybe magenta. So to do that, click on this again, and it's going to open up a range of tints and shades down here. So this is up to you how complicated you want to make it. You can have a couple of, at least 2 tints and 2 shades. But if you want to have more, that's fine too. So that is a tint. This is a lighter tint. And let's go one more even lighter. All right, now I'm going to do some shades. So I'm going to come down in this lower area where I can see now this is kind of like a maroon color, and even darker still, something maybe in the mid-range. And I can also have it in that color area. Oops, that's a mistake. I'm going to get rid of the outline. Okay, so I'm going to come up here. All right, so now I have a bunch of hearts on my page. What I want to do is I want to make this more interesting, so I'm going to go to that selection tool, that arrow, and remember, this is going to allow me to select all of the objects on the page and move them around. So at this point, I can make them bigger. All right, I can turn them around. I can make them smaller if I want. And if I right-click on them, I have some other options available. Now, you can do some of these things like convert to stamp, but that's going to do something a little bit radical, so I wouldn't do that. But what this will help you do is if you want to arrange these, like let's say I want to have this heart in front of the big heart, I can say send to front. And then when I do that, that's on the front. All right, notice how like that one's sneaking behind there. If I right click, I can say send to the front. I can put these on the front. So at this point now I can just arrange these things the way I want so that I can have an interesting composition. So instead of sending all of these to the front, maybe I just take the big heart, select it, and say send that one to the back. Okay, so now everything can sit on top of this. Oops, that one is the same color. So that's a little bit of an issue. We'll set him out here. And if you want, you can also right click on them and you can copy them and you can paste them. So that's another thing you might want to consider doing. All right. So you're going to work on this and you're going to think about all those things you've learned so far. You know, pattern is created when shapes repeat. And also, you know, size and placement, you know, where you put these things. You want to vary the size and you want to vary where they are because that's going to create your visual interest. Okay? You want to delete one, you just select it and hit delete on the keyboard and then you can continue on. So that is basically how you're going to do it. Okay? And you're going to do the same thing for the complementary color scheme. Notice I grouped all these together now, and now I could copy this and I could paste. Okay. So once you have something like this, the design possibilities are really limitless. Once you are finished, once you say to yourself, this is going to be my finished piece, what you're going to do is you are going to go down to, it looks like a little disk there, it's an icon, and you're going to export it you know, say save as a JPEG, all right, and that would be on your desktop. So just do that in case you need it, because then you can go back to that and you can submit from there. Also, what you can do, if you go to the folder and you have turned on Save Your Files in Google Drive, you're going to be able to see it in the Google Drive, okay, right here, and I should be able to open this up in my Google Drive, okay? So that's the two ways you can save it. You can either export it or make sure it's already in your Google Drive. Questions about that, please message me right in the stream of the assignment in the classroom. All right, so let's get rid of all of this, and I'm going to select everything. I'm going to hit delete, and I'm going to show you the next one, complementary. All right, so I'm going to go to the shape tool, and I can pick a shape. Let's do something a little different this time because I want to show you some other things you can do. If I, for example, choose the star, notice a lot of other choices come up for the star. So if I wanted to change the look of that 5-pointed star, I can. I can make all of these additional sides. I can also squeeze it so it's sort of like a amazing like sunburst. I can twirl it, and then I can give it an outline as well. So if you wanted to have something that looks like that, you can. If you want something like this. So there's a ton of variations that you can get out of one simple shape. Okay, so I have my shape I'm going to use. If you want to use more than one shape to make it interesting, that's fine as well. But the important thing is, this is complementary now. So you're going to be using a set of complementary colors. I'm going to do orange and blue. So I'm going back to my fill. My outline is at 0, and I'm going to choose a blue that I like. Okay? And when I come out here, I'm going to put that on there. To me, that looks a little bit more red. Could be my eyes, but I'm going to see if I can get something that looks... Okay, I'm going to go over here. All right, that's more orange looking. Okay, so there's my first shape. Now I have to get some variations here, so I'm going to click into that fill box again, and I'm going to open up this drop down where I have all the tints and shades available to me. And if I come over here, I can put that on there. I can get some different, peachy looking colors. I'm going to go down and I'm going to get some dark ones. All right. All right. So that is orange. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with blue. You could change this to a different shape if you wanted to. I'm going to keep it the same. So my blue now, let's see, we pick that one. That looks like a good one. All right, now I'm going to do the drop down. I'm going to get some tints and shades of this color. And this is amazingly fun to me anyway, and easy to create a design. All right, so I have these, and now I'm going to go to my selection tool, and I'm going to start figuring out an interesting composition. Okay, so I'm going to say these things don't look good all the same size. They really need to be different sizes, and I'm going to need to arrange them so till I feel like it's got some interest going on. All right, and you're going to continue on that way until you feel like you have something that is visually interesting. If you don't like it, delete it, start over again. If you feel like you need another shape in there, go ahead and create another shape. Okay? And you're going to submit this one the same way. Either export it to your desktop and attach it, submit it to the assignment that way, or you can have it in your Google Drive and submit it from there. All right, and that is it.